ELI 5. How does YouTube's playback speed work without making voices sound weird? No one has truly answered the nitty-gritty question. As a disclaimer, I will explain maybe as if you are 15. You ever just make a guttural noise from your throat with an open mouth? Try uttering from the bottom of your throat. If you really listen, you can feel here that the noise you are making is consecutive pulses repeating very quickly. You can even slow it down and speed it up. Try slowing it down as much as possible by closing your throat and letting less air escape. Each of these pulses is called a glottal pulse. This is the very basis for human speech. Any voiced sound we make starts with this. An unvoiced sound is like the pronunciation of T or F, sounds that originate in the mouth and not throat. You can think of the glottal pulse as a piston pushing air into your mouth. Then the shape of your mouth determines the sound of the noise being made. So how does this relate with YouTube's playback speed feature? Well, in order to not turn voices into squeaky, Alvin, and the chipmunk messes, we need to be cognizant of human speech production. If we look at the waveform for human speech, we would see many repeating impulses that represent glottal pulses, kinda like a heartbeat ECG, just much faster, multiple hundreds of times per second. We take advantage of the brief silences between each pulse to come up with an algorithm that doesn't distort the voice. Instead of changing the playback speed of each pulse, we make the silence between each pulse longer or shorter, longer for slower playback, shorter for faster playback. You can think of the algorithm as an audio engineer who is cutting and splicing, then stitching together each pulse in accordance to a set playback speed. Modern algorithms get very complicated, but as far as I know, this is still the standard. Feel free to look up TD Sola. I think that is the name for it. If you have questions on why voices do get distorted and the physiology behind that, I can answer in another comment.